Have you ever thought, there's got to be a better and simpler way to learn organizational strategies? 5 Minutes Learning has a global and diverse collection of case studies to help management students. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our upcoming and interesting case studies. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, standing in front of a packed crowd announcing their ambitious growth plan in China. By the end of 2019, they aimed to have 3,400 stores in the country. A seemingly impossible goal, but they were determined to make it happen. To achieve this, they needed to overcome various challenges, such as identifying new locations, ensuring quality control, and keeping up with the rapid pace of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. That's where Kelly Smith, the VP of Digital for Starbucks China, came in. She was tasked with executing the growth plan while also maintaining flexibility and competitiveness in the market. In this video, we'll dive into the strategies Starbucks employed to sustain their impressive growth in China. Let's take a trip down memory lane to the early days of Starbucks in China. In 1999, the company opened its first store in Beijing and began its journey to become one of the most beloved coffee brands in the country. Over the years, Starbucks adapted to the local market, introducing green tea frappuccinos in 2002 and expanding its tea offerings in 2010, with 9 new varieties to cater to tea drinkers. The company's efforts paid off, as it won several awards, including the 100 Trusted Brand Award, the Best Employer Award, and the 7-Star Food Quality Award. Now let's fast forward to 2016, where Starbucks had over 2,000 stores in China, making it the company's second largest market after the US. Starbucks left its competitors in the dust and became a household name in China. Starbucks' success story in China is no accident. The coffee giant's winning formula comprises of 5 strategic elements that have catapulted the company to a position of dominance in the Chinese market. The first factor was a different way of thinking, recognizing the potential of the Chinese middle class and their openness to Western products and customs. Next, Starbucks made smart location choices and introduced green tea as a means of entry into the Chinese market. Thirdly, the coffee behemoth upheld its global branding and quality standards, refusing to compromise and pander to local tastes. Fourthly, Starbucks entered into local partnerships with Chinese businesses to gain local knowledge and reduce the learning curve. Finally, Starbucks invested heavily in long-term employee recruitment and training programs to ensure a consistent experience throughout its Chinese stores. By taking these 5 steps, Starbucks established itself as the leader in China and outperformed all competitors. The coffee market in China is brewing with competition, and everyone is jostling for position to get a sip of success. The ease of market entry has attracted coffee shop chains and individual players, but the first mover, Starbucks, is still holding the top spot. The competition has indeed learned from Starbucks, but everyone has found their unique ways to differentiate their businesses by offering different products, depending on the location. But the big international chains like Costa Coffee, McDonald's, and KFC are not backing down and are increasing their market share. Starbucks, on the other hand, remains the king of coffee, thanks to its long-term commitment to employee training, smart positioning, global branding, and local partnerships. Imagine walking into a Starbucks store in China and experiencing a premium coffee experience like no other. From the aroma of freshly roasted coffee to the luxurious interiors and perfectly crafted drinks, Starbucks has made a name for itself as the go-to premium coffee brand in China. However, Starbucks' premium position was challenged by the emergence of new local brands that offered similar experiences at lower prices. On top of that, global brands like McDonald's and KFC began offering cheaper coffee at their premium locations. Despite these challenges, Starbucks remained true to its premium positioning, attracting customers who value prestige over price. But, what would happen if coffee became a commodity? Starbucks would risk losing customers who were initially attracted by its premium allure. So, how does Starbucks continue to differentiate itself in the face of increasing competition? Let's find out. When Starbucks entered the Chinese market, it was initially perceived as a symbol of status and luxury. This is because the brand appealed to the upper class and nouveau riche, who wanted to display their wealth and sophistication. But Starbucks didn't just stop at that. It aimed at creating a comfortable and high-quality experience for its customers, and this strategy worked well, especially among young urban adults aged 18 to 42. The Chinese business professionals found Starbucks to be the perfect place for their meetings because of its environment and quality of service. Students, entrepreneurs, and freelancers, on the other hand, chose Starbucks as their go-to place for working and hanging out. In this way, Starbucks has become an essential part of the Chinese urban lifestyle, catering to customers who value quality, comfort, and an upscale experience. Starbucks in China is not just a coffee shop, it's a whole experience. It's the third place that many customers are seeking. It's not home, not work, but somewhere in between. Starbucks has managed to create a unique atmosphere where customers feel comfortable and relaxed, even if they're there to work. The concept of the third place has been a game changer for Starbucks in China. Customers can enjoy the high-quality coffee and food, but also the comfortable seating, free Wi-Fi, and a friendly environment. This is where people come to socialize, study, work, or hold business meetings. Starbucks has become a part of Chinese culture, not just a place to grab a quick cup of coffee. Starbucks is known for its iconic branding and corporate image, but in China, the company decided to take a different approach. They wanted to appeal to a wider range of customers, including locals who might be put off by a corporate image. That's where the debranding strategy came in. Starbucks began by changing their logo, and then they launched stealth Starbucks stores, which didn't carry the Starbucks brand. They wanted to make it look like these stores were independent, local coffee shops. But this strategy didn't come without its challenges. Starbucks was accused of stealing designs from neighboring businesses, which put them in an uncomfortable position. However, Starbucks realized that the little guys mattered, and that it was important to appeal to the local Chinese market. They wanted to shift their image from being corporate to being independent and local. This was part of Starbucks' innovation in China. While the Chinese market was slower to adopt an affinity for brands than the Western world, Starbucks saw this as an opportunity to embrace a new behavioral change and attitude shift towards brand antipathy in the future. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel for receiving updates about my upcoming case study videos.